priorities of work for me for butterfly guard is always going to be the easy route, which is taking the back. Okay, that's always my priority. Meaning I have butterfly guard. If I can drag an arm, I can actually take and attack the back. Rarely does that happen because pretty much everybody understands, especially higher level, you're not going to give up your back. You're not going to let your arm get trapped across your body. It's really, really difficult to hit, but that should be your priority of work, okay? And then the second priority is going to be elevation sweeps. And that's pretty much the realm that I find myself operating in 90% of the time. Most of the time, I try to arm drag, wind up hitting the elevation sweep. The third priority is going to be submissions, obviously. Okay, so priorities of work are going to be back, thinking about that first, elevation sweeps second, and then we're talking about what third? Submissions. Okay, there's many submissions that come in off of this. The first one that I want to cover is going to be the first sweep in the system we're going to cover is going to be Wrestle-Up Single. Now, this one can be done from multiple places, and this is pretty much my bread and butter. This is the one that I'm always looking for, and there's a bunch of ways to get it, but the one that we're going to go for is stay where you're at. It's right here. Okay, what he just did is where I want to go up for my Wrestle-Up Single. Okay, so I've always want to start with my collar grip. So for this system, where I want you guys to start is a cross collar grip, thumb up or thumb down orientation. I do not care where you're at, and you're going to be in a tilted butterfly, meaning we're not sitting like this. This is sitting guard. Okay, I want to start right here in tilted butterfly. Okay, so my partner is going to pick a foot up, and that's our indicator. Just what he just did a minute ago. We had a foot up. Foot up. When the foot goes up, I'm coming up on my single, and I'm going to snatch this single, and now that's my wrestle up first sweep. Okay. We got a couple variations there, but for the most part, this is what I'm looking at. Foot comes up, I'm rocking forward, and I'm coming up on my single. Okay, so hand here, foot up, boom, coming up, I'm snatching my single with collar control. Sweep number one. Collar drag second, and then power collar drag third. We're going to do all three of these quickly. Okay? Collar drag, starting on tilted position, cross collar grip, probing the knee with the backside foot. Okay? I'm going to take a big lunge step to the side, very, very important. So I'm here probing the foot, lunge step to the side, and then I'm coming up for the second attack on the back. Okay? So again, cross collar. Don't just mess this up by just going and yanking. Okay? I'm probing this knee for a reason. Because if he steps up, I can now use that if I need to hook and go ahead and come up into my wrestle up. Alternatively, on the first one, I will accept an ankle pin. Meaning, if I'm here, I'll accept that as well as just a variation of the first one. Just fine for me. Okay? So,
collar drag, thumb up.
Thumb up or thumb down?
On the collar drag,
yeah,
thumb has to be up.
Absolutely. Okay. So first one, collar drag, or on the collar drag, yes, thumb up, thumb will need to be up. Okay. So again, probing the foot or probing the knee. I'm going to make that lunge step to the side. Why I make that lunge step very important, so that I can scoot away and switch my hips. If I just stay in front of him and switch my hips, I'm likely to pull him down on me and he gets an underhook, and this is where I wound up back in the day developing this big problem. Okay, don't want that. Several of you guys have had this happen to you, and that's the reason why. So when you drill this, go ahead and make that touch on the foot because it also keeps him at bay. Not to mention if he pops up really quick to his feet, I can actually go foot and hips very easily here to kind of start my work, and I can actually get into my guard structure standing, which goes back into H-guard. Okay. So probe the foot here. Okay, I'm going to make that step out to the side. Then from here, I'm going to scoot away and twist. Boom. On this, let's hop. Let's take a rolling back take. Let's work from here. Okay. So again, power or collar drag. Number 2. Holding the foot. Boom. Bang. There's your collar. Okay. Power drag. Number 3. We're going to stop there and go into the next one. Need a little extra power. Same position, thumbs up. Okay. I may be retreating. This is for that position where guys coming into me pretty hard, really being aggressive with me. I need to come up to like a technical stand-up position and pop from here. Okay. He's good about this. Wrestlers, guys that are real aggressive with their passing, just keep coming, driving you to death, running you out in the middle of the water, trying to drown you. He's moving forward. No, no, no. Boom. And there it was. Okay. So what I'm doing here, slightly different. I'm just popping up to a combat base, and this foot is going to come right here. Does it look like the same position pretty much? Yes. And there's the switch. Okay. So number one, for the first collar drag, probing the foot, sliding out, away, big drag. 1. 2, pop up, slide 2, around, catch that foot, go ahead and let's pass. Close. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Let me make sure you guys understand this is not about concepts. This is just, these are just the raw techniques, okay? This means higher belts are seeing it, thought-provoking, asking some questions, really, really good, no problem. These are the sweeps. These are the raw techniques, not concepts that get me there. For instance, how do I get a collar grip? How do I shave my feet? How do I keep them from doing all different things, concepts. This is the system that we're working for, okay? We've filmed hours and hours of raw concepts when it comes to BJJ or butterfly in jiu-jitsu, okay? So here we're not looking at that so much. So rising arm drag to the back take, a fun one, and it happens frequently. Partner pops up, or they're down, and we go with a 2-on-1. Now I'm not covering concepts, but I'm going to tell you right now, a 2-on-1 is a master key. Okay, for the same reasons I was just telling Seth, my main grip always when I'm in my seated guard is this cross collar grip. This is my savior grip. We get on into concepts, you'll understand why, retreating and all that. But I have to get there. Okay, many times reaching for this collar grip, they're just busting that grip. Every time I go for it, stripping that grip or just intercepting my hand as it comes through, switch, boom, can't get there. Eventually I have to go to right here, which is what I just did. 2-on-1. Okay? Often we'll see when I get to 2-on-1, there's a propensity for them to want to retreat away when I get to this 2-on-1. This foot checks the far side. They start to realize, okay, we got some problems here. The running away becomes an issue, so I say rising arm drag to a back take. As soon as they start to retreat backwards and stand up, or maybe he's not in a running mood or where he's not trying to press me, he just realizes, okay, he's got this 2-on-1, now I want to get rid of this, and he starts to work away. As he starts to work away and come up, he starts to work away and come up, we're stripping this grip and we're coming around to the back. Okay? So again, I can establish this 2-on-1 grip, boom, right here. I've got this check. As soon as this grip starts to strip, oftentimes what I see is when I get this 2-on-1 and he has no additional grips on me, okay, I'm here and here, or I can, the good thing about it is I can be on this grip too. It doesn't really matter. It's whichever way I've got, but I like to get this underside right here. No gi, I'm just here and here, okay? But here and then here, really hard to run with this grip being grabbed. Very hard to get away. Not to mention it feeds right into my butterflies, which gets me around here, okay? So, but for the sake of argument here, we're playing this. He's here, and this foot gets posted. This is generally the first thing that happens. They post this foot, start to push pressure backwards against me. He starts to run away. If he gets up and runs away and starts to go, I'm going to follow him. So he retreats. As he retreats, I'm coming up, and I'm attacking and coming into the back position. Okay? So either side. I go 2-on-1 here, even if he doesn't retreat. If I'm 2-on-1, as he starts to work his way backwards from this grip, boom, I'm just going to come up. If he falls back, it's a sweep. No big deal. If he doesn't, let me take his back, goes back. Okay. So we're playing this third one off of, or this fourth one off of a 2-on-1 grip. So I'm shaded, have no grips. As soon as I get one, intercept something, whatever, if he reaches, boom, boom, bang, coming up, try to take that back. Okay? Back take 2-on-1. This is Marcelo's, hands down, person's down on their knees. Okay? Not necessarily running away, but I'm working on a, I may have a collar grip. Okay, this is going to be our first sort of butterfly set, our entry. Okay? I'm going to shoot in, I get inside. Generally, when I get my hooks inside, I have to come up with some sort of a grip, of an over-under of some sort. Oftentimes, I get intercepted or I can't really complete the grip that I want because we're so far away. He's too far away. The only grip I can really generally get is going to be like a grip right here over the head, okay, where I've just kind of doubled him up right here. This is all I've gotten so far, right? The short hook, meaning I'm just going to put my foot right here. I'm just going quick. This is just a fast sweep. Need to try to get something on the books really quick for him, okay? As soon as I get here, I'm going to lay back, push this foot out, and over he goes, right? Short hook. There's no flipping. There's necessarily no elevation on the butterfly. This is more of a jab setup. So I'm here, shot in deep, and I can just get him and hold him here. Just getting to an X grip, or maybe just forearm grip. Head's got to be on the proper side. Going here, back, leg get pushed out, and we roll right over into the back. Short hooks here. Okay, again. Cross grip, boom, I've made my entry and I've caught him. A lot of times I find they're trying to kind of run away or get out of this grip. Here, foot comes, I'm going to lay him back just enough, push, boom, out it comes, and it's a snappy sweep. It's really snappy. So you're going to think for a second, it ain't hitting, it ain't hitting, it ain't hitting. And as you lay back, you hit that point, okay, where you have mechanical leverage, push his leg out of the way, and everything just flips over. It's a fast and snappy sweep. Next one we're looking at is going to be the Kickout series. We're looking at the rolling back take for the first variation, and then the second will be called the Mr. Chow. That one's going to be more of a pulling them onto our hook that's already there. So we'll start from this cross arm position where we've already kind of got them in a bad position, and we've reached forward to the belt here. Same grip I initially had here. I'm just gonna stay on this hand. I'm gonna track with it. It's all the way across. Now right here, this is a push, so this far side leg is going to hit the knee, and I'm going to flatten out this back side of their body here. So as I get up underneath them, I'm going to rock back to my elbow. This foot, when you're training this, be careful that your partner's head's not down because you're going to smack them right in the chin. But from here, I'm going to kind of scoot out. This foot comes up here. I'm going to push the foot out and flatten. Now from right here, we want to make sure our head stays down, because if I lose the tracking on this hand and she picks it back up and underhooks me or whatever, we've just lost everything. So still here, maintain that close position. This one's going to be a rolling back take because this right hook that's underneath is tracking this far side leg. So as I kick over, I'm going to roll over and take them the opposite side. So I'm going to use the belt. I kick over, use my elbow, spring up. I'm going to roll all the way over to where the bottom hook seats naturally, and then the top hook just kind of stays in. Again, kind of gotten into this cross arm position here. We've made it to the belt, kind of broken into the elbow. Foot's going to slide out from underneath. This heel is going to kind of spike over the top, turn the toes in, going to roll into our back take, out, all the way over to where that top side hook can set naturally. Next sweep, again, we'll call that the Mr. Chow. This one is, I'm more or less pulling them to me. I'm in that same position here. I've gotten across to the back, and what they kind of do is they flatten this hip out, trying to block me getting up to taking the back. They're trying to come up. They kind of get wide here. So from this position, it's not too hard for me to kind of kick over the top, but they can also trap with their elbow and kind of keep me from getting in over the top. I can't really climb on them. It's kind of a difficult position to be in. So from here, I'm just going to come in on this top side hook, or this top side collar. Foot's going to go down right beside the hip, like in a V kind of configuration. I'm going to slide out from under them, sort of in a circle, and then I'm going to cross collar grip them bottom side. So again, I'm scooting away from them kind of in a circle. We're tracking this way. Okay. Get to here, they drop that hip, kind of trying to keep me from climbing up onto the back, and they're driving their weight into me, kind of trying to keep me from going. I'm going to come up the top side here. Foot's going to scoot out, dragging them up into a circle where they're in the right position. Chase that bottom side collar. Speed butterfly sweep, and then we'll follow that one up with Sumi Gaeshi in the series. Now, The speed butterfly sweep, this is all Marcelo Garcia, and the vast majority of this is stuff that Marcelo Garcia has come up with on individual techniques. All we're doing is putting it in a systematic approach, how we would do it for me. So the speed butterfly sweep is vastly different than the power sweep. Power butterfly sweep, there's a lot of principles, and we will do that in its own class. Like probably for about a week, we will study the butterfly sweep and all of its variations. So when I add this, understand the butterfly sweep itself will be an entire block of instruction that we will go over for a full week. So you can eat plenty of that, and I'll make sure to announce that. So the speed sweep is very, very quick. Again, it's going to go from kind of I guess I'd say a short insert on your butterflies. You're not going to be real deep here. This is kind of a quick and a snappy one. I consider this more of a jab sweep, low risk, high reward type thing. What we're looking for is we want to catch the head and we want to catch the elbow. Now, on the power sweeps, we all want this deep grip and we're loading them and all these prerequisites. This one is not the same. There's more of a pop to this one, and so we're going to kind of flop to our side. I want to catch his head and I want to catch his elbow, and then I want to kind of mash them together and I want to steer him to one side. That's what I want to do. Now keep in mind, if his head is straight up, this is not going to work. So if you go to try to hit this and you stay like this and you flop, this is what's going to happen. I'm right here, and as I go to flop, I'm stuck. So I have to take his head offline, which means that this is a timing sweep. So what we're looking for is the orientation of his head, wherever his head is at. If he comes this direction, now is the time to go for it, right? If the head drops. Head straight up and down, and he's got this real good posture, that is not the time to go for that. When his head is straight up and down, that's when we might run for those knee tap sweeps earlier, okay? Sitting straight up, we want to go backwards, we want to take something like that. But if he's here, generally the head comes down when they start looking to pass. When they start looking to come in and get closer, that's when the head comes down, and we're just going to catch the head, we're going to catch the elbow. I want to take the head to the bicep, and I want to bring the elbow across the center line, and I'm going to flop to my side. So once I get here, I'm going to take the head to the elbow, pop, and over he goes. Okay? So it's a quick, snappy sweep. Butterfly sweep, speed sweep. So I'm catching here, or I'm just sitting here. I might be controlling. I might be in the belt, wherever I might be. It doesn't matter. I'm looking for that head to go offline. As soon as the head goes offline, I'm going to take it offline. I'm going to keep it there. Funny thing about this is, if he tries to bring his head back up, it's really, really hard to do once I get there. Okay? So when the head comes down, I'm going to keep it down. I'm going to mash the elbow together. I'm going to flop to my side, and up he goes. Okay, there's not a big flip over here. So the head's going to go over, mashing his elbow together with his bicep to his cheek, and then we're going to go over. Pop, boom, over he goes. You all right? Yep. Okay? Speed sweep. Sumi Gaeshi. This one again, there's a lot to this one. This one is a flattened out. So let's assume we started, okay, like we were trying to go to our push sweep. All right, and we get what? What happens to us? It flattened out. So from here, we have to have something we can do. We can either sit them up. We'll cover that in concepts, how to get out of certain positions, transition guard. But right now, we need a sweep, something we can immediately start thinking. We get stuck here. We're flattened out. He's over the top of our elevators. I'm simply going to push. So I've got this grip. I'm going to push the head to the side. I'm going to fold over, readjust my grip. Now I want to bring this arm up. Talking about elbow earlier. We're not going to go super deep into the woods on this. Just make sure you understand when I say keep your elbow high, I'm not talking so much about bringing your elbow all the way across. I mean really get his arm straight up and down. Because if I bring my elbow high right here and his arm is way out wide, he can post. My elbow's high, but I can't stop, I can't take him over. So when I say elbow high, I mean bring more or less your elbow to your ear. Okay? Crunching over the shoulder, elbow to the ear. Now we're going to kind of load him, and we're going to take him up and over, and he goes over. Okay? So again, comes over the top. I dive in here and get this seat belt. Again, this is not exclusive to gi or no gi, it's both. Okay? It can kind of be used for either. So we get stuck down here. I'm going to push his head over, and I'm going to come back up on this shoulder crunch. There's a little bit of a movement to my right to make this happen. Because when I crunch to the right, what happens to his arm? Straightens it up and it moves it out, so he's now not gonna stop this sweep. So let's crunch to the right, kind of extend out, over he goes, straight into the mouth. Close. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.